All right. So I will be showcasing this project that we are working on under the guidance of Professor Mueller, and the task is at hand is we have to come up with a newer version of this healthcare system chart. So first glance at the chart gives us the impression that it is quite complex and it becomes difficult for a viewer to comprehend it and understand how different entities are related to each other. And from a developer standpoint, I see this as a set of nodes. These are nodes, and these nodes are interconnected to each other uh, with some edges. And if you zoom in a little bit, you can see that there is some data that is written on a particular node, and there's some information written on the edge as well. There are a few specific type of nodes, and there are few relationship type as well. On the right hand side, you can also see there are some abbreviations which are mentioned in the nodes as well. So from a viewer's perspective, we think that the main drawback of this chart is that the hassle that the user has to go through just to make sense of the data, like zooming in to read the node data, track down how a particular edge is connected to the other node. So we tried to come up with a newer version of this, and we had very clear objectives, like what we have to make. So the first one was like it should retain all of the information, it should be easier to comprehend, and it should be interactive so that it becomes interesting for the user. So this is the newer version that we tried to come up with. On the left hand side, you can see all of the nodes like all of the nodes have their individual cards with some information for the data. They are numbered 1 2 3 all of up to 160, I guess. And on the right hand side, you can see all of the glossary, like the node types, and down below we have the relationship as well. Now here it becomes interesting. In the center we have all of the nodes packed together, and each node, they are arranged in a circle fashion. And let's see, if you want to understand how a particular node is interacting with other nodes, you just you need to hover on it, and you can see all of the connection instantly. So let's see, for 144, for 120, all these nodes, how they are connected to each other. And while I do this, you can see on the left hand side we get a detailed view of it, how each node is connected with which particular edge and what the node information has. On the right hand side also, the glossary is also getting filtered, and this works seamlessly with all of the nodes, right? And it does not only work with the nodes, it works with the edges as well. As let's say for this particular edge, right? Yeah, if we hover on the edge, we immediately have the two nodes which it connects. Also the glossary is also getting filtered, right? And let's say if there is one particular node which has multiple connection, let's say this one, and you want to go through the data, you just don't want to hover, you can just click on it and it logs the complete image in place. And now you can scroll down below, you can check for all of the node information and all of it. To get the original view back, you just click on it to unlock this. But it also does not make sense for the user to remember all of the numbers. If let's say the user directly wants to go to find out how treasury department interacts, right? So for that we have this feature on the top, a search bar, where you can just type, let's say, treasury department. Yeah, and when we click on it, we have the immediate filtered view. We can zoom in, just to have fun with it, right? And once we unselect this, we have the original view back in place. On the right hand side, when you see this glossary, right, all of these node types and all of these node types, they act as filters as well. So let's say if you want to understand how private entities work, right, you click on this and you have all of the private entities, just the private entities. And let's say we add taxes to it. Now we can see how taxes and private entities work together, right? And when we clear these filters, we have the original view back in place. So I think we have come up with a fairly good uh, fairly good chart representation, because we have all of the data in place. You don't need to zoom in a lot. When you hover, it is interactive, and when you hover, you get the detailed view of all of the nodes with all of the information. Also, when I lock in this place, right, you can see all of the abbreviations are also mentioned right here. In the previous chart, all of that was clubbed down below, so you have to go through the data, come back here, look at the abbreviation, look at the full form and all of that. But here you get all of that information right where you need it. So yes, I think I've covered all of the functionalities that we have come up with, and also we have a help button at the top just to, if you want to add few instructions or some extra information. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.